Understanding DC White Dwarf, an English language explainer. Hello everyone, and welcome to our English language learning channel. Today, we're going to explore the meaning of the phrase, DC White Dwarf. This topic might seem a bit complex at first, but don't worry, we'll break it down together. So, let's dive in and discover the fascinating world of astronomy and English vocabulary. The phrase, DC White Dwarf, is made up of two parts, DC and White Dwarf. Let's understand each component. DC in astronomy. DC is a classification code. D stands for dwarf, which in this context refers to a star, not the fairy tale character. The C indicates that the star has a continuous spectrum. This means the star's light doesn't show strong lines or features when split by a prism or spectrograph. White dwarf. A white dwarf is a type of star. It's what remains after a star like our Sun has used up its nuclear fuel. These stars are very dense and hot but are in the final stages of their life cycle. They're called white because of their color and dwarf because they are much smaller than stars in earlier stages. Now, let's put the phrase, DC White Dwarf, into its astronomical context. Aging stars. A DC White Dwarf is an old star. It has stopped nuclear fusion and is slowly cooling down. It doesn't have the energy to emit strong light or spectral lines, hence its classification as DC. Stellar evolution. Understanding a DC white dwarf helps us learn about stellar evolution. It's like looking at the future of stars like our Sun. The phrase, DC white dwarf, is a great example of how English uses specific terms for precise meanings, especially in scientific contexts. Specificity. Each word in the phrase, DC white dwarf, has a very specific meaning. DC is a technical classification, and white dwarf describes a particular stage in a star's life. Contextual learning. Learning such phrases can enhance your English vocabulary, especially if you're interested in science or astronomy. I hope this video has shed some light on the intriguing phrase, DC White Dwarf. Remember, English is full of fascinating terms, especially when it comes to specialized fields like astronomy. Keep exploring, and you'll find that learning English can be as exciting as unraveling the mysteries of the universe. Thank you for watching, and see you in our next video.